Hello guys, meet you again. This is me. Today I'd like to talk about material evaluation. Evaluation can be said to be an activity where we can assess the quality of something, and something we are talking about is material. Materials may refer to any objects that teachers can use to help them to convey ideas, to make their students study and learn, to get used to new concepts they are teaching in the class. And for the students, materials can help them to understand the concepts more, doing some more exercises, retrieving informations that teachers have taught. Well, materials can be defined as anything which is used to help to teach language learners. Materials can refer to anything which is used to help to teach language learners. They are in the form of textbook, a workbook, a video, a photocopied handout, anything which presents or informs about the language being learned. The question is why? Why do we need to do material evaluation? All teachers can benefit by taking explicit steps to compare and evaluate the textbook objectively so that the textbooks and the use of the textbooks is the best match to the needs of the students. There are some characteristics of good materials. For example, the first is that the books you are using should provide learning stimuli. In this case, what I mean by giving a learning stimuli, the books should be interesting. Interesting can be seen from, for example, the images, pictures, and simple formula and concepts are well arranged. The students can, they find them easy to understand new concepts, to learn new words because helps because pictures help them to connect with the words they are learning, for example, and they find their books enjoyable to learn. And above all, the content of the books match with their language level. Next, the books should provide a path through the learning goals. So the learning objectives are arranged in such a way that they learn from the simplest one, and then the content of the books leads them to the more challenging learning goals. So it is well arranged. It has good structure. Next, the book should reflect a view of learning language. So there is a learning philosophy that the book has adopted, and there are reasons that the contents are arranged in such a way because the theories have supported this kind of book arrangement, the contents of the books. And also the books give teachers to use different techniques. So there are some activities the student find interesting to do activities in the classroom. There are not only one teaching methods. For example, there are activities that students can do group work, individual tasks, project, based learning, and some other techniques teachers can use. And of course, the book should be providing appropriate language use and appropriate models of correct language use the students can adopt. There are criteria for material evaluation. For example, you can think about the cover. The cover should be attractive, and the books have the list of contents and they match what you want. Next is level of language. Level seems right. The completeness. Here, for example, you can find that the materials is user friendly and There is an explanation or description that the teachers can make use of notes, and there are answer keys for the teachers can check. And also, the book should be accessibility, means that everyone can access, everyone can buy this book. It is available. And next is the quality of the book, the quality of the paper, so it is not blurred for them to read, and it has the right size. Next, topics. And the topics are very important, so you can ask questions like, what is the target topics? What will the topics be, the career content, so the contents, the field of study the students are learning. Is this topic relevant for the students, the discipline? To what extent do materials reflect the language convention of the discipline? Next, learning goals. And you have to consider the learning goals. What are the learning goals? What is the target language form, function, skill? What materials are available, suitable, and accessible? And also you have to think about teaching media. What teaching equipment is required and available? Next is activities. How much time should be spent on the design, development, implementation of activities? Will materials be classroom oriented or provide additional work? So this is a sort of learning activities. Guys, this is a flowchart on the process of ESP material development. Well, this is something that a bit different from what I'm talking about. It's about material development, how we develop materials. But in some cases, we can use this flowchart in relation to materials assessment and materials evaluation. All right, so the first step is that you got the questions. You got the questions, and the questions is, are there any teaching materials available on the market? Then the answer would be yes or no. If the answer is no, so you need to design your own book. All right. So on the right side, you can see in the box, you design and develop in-house materials yourself. And next, after that, you can adapt authentic materials. So authentic means that you can find them on internet, for example, on the newspapers where people read the news, for example, and then you implement them because you got a list of the materials. You try to you check if it is effective, it works for your class. But then if you think that you got the books in the market, then you do evaluation, you do materials evaluation, right? You evaluate materials, and then you ask questions like, are materials suitable as such for my ESP course, right? And then if you say it is yes, then you select and you implement, and you do review, right, after doing pilot tests. Well, this is a very simple explanations, guys, but I do hope that it's going to be helpful for you to understand materials evaluation. Thank you very much for listening.